Making a good work grade with work-based learning. Changing or leaving your job. We all change jobs from time to time, but this is not the way to do it. Take the job and drop dead. Not a way to leave your job angry and making other people angry. Or, I'm just not going to show up. Not a way to leave the job because that makes people think that you're a slacker. We don't want to do that. What if you say, this is my last day here, so goodbye? Not a way to leave a job. That's not proper notice given. What is a notice? It is expected that you offer a notice, usually a 2-week time period, to your employer when you leave your job. This gives the employer time to find a replacement for your position. You and your job are important to your employer, or you wouldn't have been paid the money you have. What is the correct way to give a notice? Write a polite letter, not necessarily anything formal, maybe just a note that includes a thank you for your employer and letting you work at your company, the last date you expect to be available for work for the company, promise to work a regular schedule for the employer, and one more thank you to your employer before you finish your note. Work your notice that you submit to your employer in writing. Do not be absent from work any days that are involved in your notice time. One reason some employers no longer accept notices from their people is that they're not honorable enough to work when they have agreed that they would work on their notice. What if your employer doesn't want your notice? Well, that's your employer's decision. However, it is professional to protect your job history that you offer a notice to your current employer. What if I don't give a notice and just quit then? Why? Well, you'll be remembered on that job as a person who just was let go for inattendance. You will be recorded as being fired. And that's the most common reason people lose jobs. What if I don't give a notice and just quit? Why will I care what that employer says? I'm quitting anyway. Well, you may not think so, but someday you may wish to return to that employer. And you may lose high school or college work grade credit if you're enrolled in work-based learning or cooperative. What if I don't give a notice and just quit? Why will I care what that employer says? I'm quitting anyway. Well, it's not that easy. Future applications have you list your employment history. Any gaps will be investigated. You can be fired from your new job if it's ever found out you lied or omitted things on your application. You can legally be denied a job from a future employer for not listing previous employment. In other words, future employers will not take a chance on you if they think you may walk off your job without giving proper notice. You're not worth it to them if they can't count on you to be where you say you will. Trust is a large part of being employable. But what happens if there is a dangerous job, or what happens if harassment against you happens on your job? You should try to notify your employer. You have a legal right to have a safe workplace and a place free of harassment. However, you do have a right to look out for your safety also. Quitting should, however, not be your first resort. Remember, turn in your notice when you leave an employer. You will protect your work history and you'll be doing the right thing. Thank you for listening to Changing or Leaving Your Job Properly from Mountain Education Charter High School.